Hi. I hate videos of myself, but I thought I should do one since this is an online class. And I wanted to talk about the purpose of the course. The purpose is to create a project that you can use as a portfolio piece, something you can show employers when you go to work or school when you're trying to apply. So, I'm just trying to read my script here. Choosing the project is probably the hardest part of this whole course. It should show what you've learned, but it can also extend what you've learned. You can develop something new if you want. Uh, Projects can be of different kinds. Design students often design a website or redesign a website for a client, or they expand their portfolio. Web development students often create a website with a back end and a database and show just the different features of how they work together. Programming students can create a program. It could have a web front end, or it could just be a program that runs in console or in a window. Typically, it's posted on GitHub, and it's available that way. So it doesn't matter what languages you want to use. It doesn't matter what tools you want to use. You're open, free to use whatever you want. All right. So the project can be solo, or the project can be a group project. That's up to you. You can have a client if you wish. Clients are good in that they show that you can convert somebody else's desires and ideas into actual requirements and code. That can be really useful. But a client can also really mess with the 11-week timeline. So judge that when you're thinking about using a client. All right. So a couple of other pieces of advice. The project can't be or shouldn't be too simple, but don't make it so complex you can't finish it in 11 weeks. One of the things that I will do when you turn in your scope of your project is I will comment on whether I think it's too simple or too complex. And I might suggest adding things, or I might suggest removing a piece or two. So the actual assignments, if you look at the syllabus and look through the assignments, are more about process than the content of your project. The first thing is to define the scope. Tell me what your project is. You really need to have that done in about 3 weeks maximum. Sooner is better, because you can't start working on the project until you figured out what it is. The second assignment is just to tell me what tools and environments you're using. Are you doing it on Windows? Are you doing it on a Mac? Are you using PHP? Are you using Python? Are you using C#? Whatever you're using, just let me know. The third assignment is about personal goals. What are you hoping to learn from this assignment? There should be 2 or 3, I think I said a minimum of 3 goals for what you hope to learn. After that, there are several reports, and the reports are basically for you to keep in touch. It's really easy to forget that you're working on this project when you have all your other classes and other things going on, but you don't want to forget. So the reports are to give me a weekly update on what you're doing. And they ask you basically for what you've been doing, what has worked well, what isn't working well, what you're hoping to do next. So they don't have to be massive essays, but just keeping in touch, making sure you know what's going on. Towards the end of the quarter, there's presenting the project. You do not have to actually present it, but create a presentation. Tell what the project is, how you worked on it, what it's supposed to do, what issues you had, etc. And then when you turn in the project, there's several things. You can upload a file, you can link it to GitHub, you could link it to the URL, you can make a video of it if you want. You can do whatever you want to turn it in. You can even come and show it to me. This quarter, Wednesdays, will be my main office hours. The very last thing is an assessment of your goals, the goals that you did at the beginning. Did you achieve those goals? How did you achieve them? And it's okay if you didn't achieve all of them. Just note that. That's actually a really useful thing to know too. I'm not going to grade you on whether all of your goals were achieved. I just want you to think about it at the end. And that's pretty much the whole class. Is basically to define the project, go through the process of creating the project, present it, turn it in, and then you're done. The trick, as I said, is finding the project that works for you. I can help some. If you're a design student, I have no design skills. If you're a programming student, it kind of depends on what language you're using. Same with web development, but I can help some if you need. Again, Wednesdays will be my office hours, pretty much from 9:30 till 2 in the afternoon. So that's my video, just to introduce things. I will post this in a moment. Thank you and good luck, and please send me any questions that you have.